Okay.
And we're back.
Yes, and when last we left our heroes, well, our hero and their murder bot, the murder bot had a teenager impaled on their chest.
Yes. I think we're cutting back to Hall for the moment.
Yes. Hall, you are currently now upside down in a car that has become a convertible, and frankly, you can probably watch exactly what just happened.
Scorch.
Oh no!
So yeah, the car is starting to heel over over the top of the loop. What do?
Am I able to just, like, turn the steering wheel?
You can try with the force, yeah.
Okay, I'll try and do it, and get it to go right side up again.
Okay.
Although now it would be backwards, wouldn't it?
This is an inside loop, so technically what you would do is return to the same plane of flight, assuming that it doesn't lose any output.
I was assuming you just rotate it, rather than, you know...
Just
go.
Oh, you mean just, like, turn it?
Yeah.
Do you have any, ground vehicle skill?
No, I'm a child. What do you expect?
Okay, tell you what. You can try. I'm not going to tell you what it will do.
I'll use my altar. Oh god, that's a terrible roll. This bit me in the ass. It's finally gotten to me. All these good rolls. April, help.
I wish I could.
That's a 5.
5, okay. So,
Yeah, that fucking did nothing.
well, let's see. The guy driving is not very strong. Thankfully, he's strong enough. Okay, the car starts to shake and wobble its way through the loop in kind of an S-curve as the guy fights against your grip with the force.
Mm-hmm.
You are now, the nose is now pointing straight downwards, and it is not inconceivable that the car might hit the ground, bottoming out on this loop.
Uh-oh.
What do?
Shit. How far are we from the ground?
Too close. You're about... Well, let's put it this way. If the car's performance in pulling the nose up, you've already seen the maximum of that, you're going to hit the ground before it can go halfway through the pull-up that's going to be necessary to clear the ground.
Oh boy.
If you can't change the geometry somehow.
The geometry?
If you can't, tighten up the arc of the loop, or if you can't slow the car down some...
Wait a minute. Does that mean that I can pull up using the force? Hold on. Oh, wait, do I have any force points? I'm not even sure. I don't have it written
you're
down.
force sensitive. You have 2 minimum.
I think I used one already.
Well, in which case you have 1.
Okay, I'm gonna use one just to save this shit.
Okay. So that will double your die code.
Yeah.
Reroll all 6s on this use of the force.
Double your
And what
die.
are you trying to do with the force specifically?
I'm gonna try and pull this shit up so it stops.
Are you just going to try and stop the hover car in midair?
Yeah, let's see
Okay.
if I can do that. Because I don't want to die. And I don't want want this dude to die. Wow, that's different than you've done before, says Zombie Cam. Okay, so that's 4D, 5D. What the fuck is this? I'm trying to remember. Oh god. Okay. This is 3D plus 1, and then that would be 6 D plus 2, I think.
Correct. Yes.
5. I need one more dice. Okay. This is all terrible. This is all bad. 1 on the wild die, by the way.
Oh boy.
There's 4 ones in this roll, by the way.
Oh.
That's an 11.
11. Okay. With
That's
one
an
on
11. I used a force point and got a failing roll.
You don't know that it's a failing roll.
Oh man.
Oh, jeez.
You say that. You say that.
You're not wrong, though. So yeah, as you decide to try and stop the car in midair, and reach out through the force and let it flood through you, you try and you hold onto the car, but you're just not strong enough. And as you try and hold harder and harder, you accidentally squeeze the accelerator down.
Oh.
Son of a
The
bitch!
car hits the ground nose first, and while you keep it from going at the fastest velocity it could be going,
It kills you. Instantly.
say that, the hood is starting to crumple as the car drives itself further and further into the pavement. People are screaming and running away, both from the war droid with the bloody teenager on its chest, impaled on its chest, and the fact that now that there is this car with with a Rhodian teenager and a young girl in it, and it is just compacting itself further and further, and the nose is crumpling more and more. What's more, the Rhodian's unconscious.
Oh no.
Roll strength.
Oh no, I'm fucking gonna die. This is a death moment here. That's an 8.
An 8. Okay. Okay, when the car hit, you were jerked forward by the seatbelt that you were still wearing. It hurts. You can feel that it's going to bruise just absolutely. And you feel your ribs creak against it. But you're still here, you're still conscious, but the car is grinding down further and further. And you're hanging from the seatbelt.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is the crash from where Thorn and Rosie landed?
At this point, call it 2/3 of a football field.
Okay. So close enough that they realize what's going on, but far enough away that it would be a bit of a jog to get over there.
Yeah, especially with the fact that you've got someone impaled on your chest and you kind of need to be under them.
Yeah. So at this moment, like internally or externally, because the two of them just talk to each other out loud, Rosie starts shouting, "We have to save Hall! We have to go!" And Thorn says, "We have been given direct orders not to kill this small child. That action would result in the death of this small child. We had to save Hall, though. We have been given orders. We must follow them, even if it requires the sacrifice of Hall. It is sad, but this is simply how these things must go." Hall, what happens with Hall?
Yeah, so, Hull, what do? You're hanging from your straps, you're in a car that's crushing itself, you're conscious, you're hurt, but you're conscious. The driver is unconscious.
Oh god. No. Oh god. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
Well, given that Hull is currently in a time crunch, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to decide.
Oh, big fear time. Okay, split second decision.
6, 5.
Is there some way to okay, you know what? Dark force point.
You're going to call on the dark side.
Yeah, I'm gonna rip this thing out.
What do you mean, rip this thing out?
Just
The
rip
seat.
both of our seats out of this car.
Okay, so in fear and panic, then I take it.
Yes, it is a fear and panic moment of just basically just
Okay.
ripping this shit out as fast as possible.
Okie dokie.
And yes, I know this brings me up to 3 dark points. I know,
That's okay.
but how else am I going to save this child? But knowing the dark side, this is probably going to fucking do worse.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Go ahead and roll me the altar for it. Again, you get to roll double dice code. You get to re-roll all 6s.
Okay. Okay. Alright, so double dice code, which is... I roll all 6 and then get +2, I believe. And then I re-roll all 6s.
Any of the
Okay, I somehow rolled way better. Okay, I rolled 2 6s in this.
Okay.
Which is nice. Oh my, and 2 5s? And a 3. That's crazy. I love how now when I'm doing the bad thing, the game goes, here's a reward, bitch.
It's almost like the dark side is really powerful and tempting you to use it.
And then I double the outcome?
No, you re-roll the 6s that you rolled in that.
Oh, okay, I got a 36.
36. Okay. Speeder's not in great shape.
This just in, the light side is for chumps.
Thorn go up.
Okay, so
Demi go down,
Rosie,
Thorn go up. Software instability.
Yes.
Rosie, Thorn, as the two of you argue back and forth, the hover car shreds apart.
And like they come flying out of it.
Shreds apart, and slowly, but not in the same way of the explosion that's about to happen. Yes, absolutely. The 2 chairs float down to the ground inside the ring of just twisted wreckage that has laid itself down on the ground.
Yeah.
You can hear screams from the crowd, and there are windows cracked all about.
Yeah, Rosie's response is to scream, "Hall! Hall, you're okay!" And
Where's the kid?
the child is here. He is fine.
No, the other one.
Which other one?
The driver.
If you look around, his chair is sitting behind you.
You saved him. You saved both of them. And I know how you did it, Hall. And I'm very proud of you.
Is he alive?
He is alive. He's still unconscious, but he's alive.
He looks down at her hands. I mean, she's breathing heavily, like, still filled with fear.
Yeah. Hall,
Yeah.
you are a hero.
I am?
Yes, you are. You use the Force to save the lives of your companions, so that we can interrogate them for information regarding these kidnappings.
I didn't.
You hear the sound of sirens.
The blood-soaked battle droid with a limp child like impaled on his chest crawls over towards you and says, "You have taken the first step on a glorious road, young Hall."
Thank you. Did it just thinking in her mind? Oh God, no! They're gonna get so pissed in this. I'm gonna be so disappointed.
The Jedi may not understand what you've done here, but I do. And I know that you are truly a successor to the good old ways.
Medtechs are starting to swarm around you.
Rosie takes over and says, just, like, be careful with the kid. He's badly hurt.
Puncture wound. We're gonna need to move this in one. Be ready with the pressers. And gonna have to make a medicine check. Okay. Yeah, so an entire team descends on Jazal as he is draped over Thorn's body. They move him up together and quickly slap bandages on him. He's got a breath mask on. They're running some sort of IV fluid. He's in bad shape. I would say that his skin is absolutely bone white, but it already was.
Yeah.
He's hustled away into an ambulance. More people go ahead and move over towards both Hall and the Rhodian, who is unconscious, checking them over. You are encouraged to head towards an ambulance. Police are also starting to show up. And they're looking very askance at the old...
blood-soaked.
Yeah, Confederacy warbot.
And the child having a mental breakdown.
Yeah, the warbot like limps over to Hall, unless stopped by concerned citizenry.
Oh, there's some blasters pointed at Thorn there.
Yeah. Are they? Do they say anything, or are they just pointing the guns?
We're gonna have you to not move.
Thorn stops and says, "Rosie, I believe that you should handle this. You have more ability to talk with a common man than I." Oh God. We surrender.
Very good. On your knees.
Okay. Getting down. See? No threat. Don't even have a gun anymore. It's gone. I didn't know that I had a gun in the first place.
Power down your actuators.
They're off. Everything is off. Everything except for this little... my whole body is off. It's just this now. I'd be pointing at my head, except I can't because my arms aren't working. I turned them off.
Very good. We are going to place a restraining bolt on you. Who is your master?
Looks at child.
No, she's like, oh, it's Washin. He's in the hospital. He's with the Jedi Order.
Just as someone's placing the restraining bolt on your chest, everyone just freezes. What? That's about when Talbane walks through the crowd.
Oh, Talbane! Good, you're here. He works with my master.
I'm going to kick that Duros' ass.
I saved a child.
Well done, Rosie. And Talbane just sighs and looks at the cops. That droid is property of the Jedi Order. Shakes his head. I wish it wasn't, but it is. Look, can you release it to my authority, or do you need to take it down to the station? Well, Chief would probably feel better if we took it away. Okay, Rosie?
Yes?
We'll send someone around for you soon.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine.
Sit tight.
I can do that. Hall? You're gonna be okay, dear. I promise. It's gonna be okay.
In her mind, she's like, maybe I'll be okay. What about everyone else?
Talbane walks over to Hall and puts his hand on her shoulder. Come on, Hall. We've got to get these two to the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
He then actually cocks his head and looks at you. Hall, are you okay?
Yeah. Just a lot happened.
Yeah, it looks like it. Come on, let's get back. And, some stuff has happened. You're gonna... Yeah. We'll talk about it when we're at the hospital.
I'm just imagining the scene there. They're taking away, Rosie, and then Hall and Talvane are walking away as you just see this massive wound in the force around the fucking car crash.
Yeah.
The wound's so great, everyone can feel it.
Well, here's the thing. Talbane actually made his, sense.
To be fair, we've established it's hard to sense.
Yeah, no, he made his sense roll.
Yeah.
Which is why he's got an inkling.
Mm-hmm. He's like, wow, there's basically nothing here. There's something here, I don't know. And meanwhile, the visual... The audience sees is just the fucking black void.
Yeah.
Huh.
Anyway,
maybe it's bad that the child that's doing all the dark side shit. Nobody can tell.
Someone's somewhat in the know. It's just the worst possible person.
The one who's enabling it. Yeah.
Oh, lordy. Anyway, so eventually the fleshly beings get back to the hospital, where Washington is still up in bed, though feeling at least a little bit better, though probably worried out of his mind, considering that he's probably getting some of these reports.
Yeah, no, Washington is just, sweating it out right now.
Actually, the hospital room has been set up as somewhat of a command center for the Jedi in general. Demi is not in a bed at the moment, nor is he in a bacta tank. He's actually lying floating in a tank of water with a breath mask on his face.
So
No, it's not bacta. It is just water. Caskel is standing over the tank of water with his hands in it, and you can see tendrils of black that are just flowing through the water. And it almost seems to be... It's coming from inside Demi, and it's trying to curl back into him. And the currents of water are trying to go ahead and draw it away. It doesn't seem to be going particularly well.
That's in charge of
Paul, you are brought back into the room with Talbane.
Oh, man.
Also, Layla is there, looking very concerned at what's going on there. There is a medical droid that is working on the stump of her arm, installing something. You may assume that it's the socket for the new prosthetic.
Wait, what's happening with Demi?
Washin, what you know at this point is that when Demi was burned, it wasn't just acid, it wasn't just a poison. It's something to do with the dark side, and it has a feel similar to the fungus. Not the same, but there's almost like if you thought of the Force as music, there's a chord.
God damn it.
There's a chord in here that you would recognize.
Yeah.
Hey,
Washington turns his wheelchair around to face Hall and says, "Demi's very sick."
What, did the mold get him?
No, it's not quite that. It's the dark side of the Force. It's done something in the substance that affected him leached dark side Force energy into his body.
Maybe I can help him. I help some of the people back there.
I'm glad you did, Hall. That's wonderful. But I don't know if that's... I'm just going to roll senses real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, there we go. There's senses.
You fail. No.
You failed.
You failed.
Well, it's actually a little above average, I think, actually. Okay, it's a 10, 23. 23.
23, okay. You're not certain, but something's worrying you, and you know that kind of panic. You've had it before.
Yeah, so he like stops in the middle of saying that it's wonderful, you helped, and wheels a little bit closer and says, Hall, are you all right?
I can help him.
Hall,
I just have to make him invisible.
I don't think that's going to help, Hall.
No, but I can do it.
I'm sure you could, but I don't think that's what he needs right now.
What are you going to do? Let him sit in water?
We're trying our best, Hall. We're drawing the dark side out of him. You have to trust us. You have to trust in the Force. It won't let him down.
You say that. But the Force almost killed me back there.
The Force... Hall, from what I heard, the Force helped. I heard...
Looks away.
Yeah. You pulled yourself and someone else out of a car before it was destroyed. You saved a life. Hall? Hall, how did you pull him out of the car?
I can save him.
Hall, how did you pull that boy out of the car?
Not gonna answer. Just look, not even looking at him.
He wheels closer towards till he's like able to reach out and reach for your arm. Hall, please talk to me. Come on.
No, you wouldn't understand.
He looks hurt and like he basically has figured it out now and rolls back a little bit and says, I think I might, Hall, but you have to trust me.
No, you just think I'm a bad egg.
You're not a bad egg.
You can be a good egg.
Hall, I think you're a good person.
Master Wash, I tried. I tried following the Force, and it didn't work. It just made things worse.
Watson kind of leans out of his wheelchair and tries to give Hall a hug. Hey, it's all right. Come here.
To pushes him away.
No. Oh, okay.
No. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No. It's not okay.
Oh, we all make mistakes. We all do things we...
I keep making one.
That's
you
not
keep making them.
Hall, if not for you, for what you did, people would have died. That's...
I use the dark side to do it.
Yeah, he looks genuinely pained at that. Like, he kind of suspected me. He's like, ah, jeez, okay.
I was afraid. When I tried following the Force, it almost killed us, and then I just did what I felt I could only do.
Well, I mean, you didn't save...
I just want to save Demi.
Oh, I don't think you can help Demi right now. But I think
But, but, but if I can control the dark side, then
no.
maybe.
Hall, no. He watching stands up and starts walking towards her. You can't do that. You can't use the dark side like it's a tool.
But not good enough. Otherwise,
we can help him. You don't have to do this alone, and you shouldn't rely on the dark side to do things you can't accomplish without it.
what do I do? Just wait until he dies? Like my parent?
Your parents are still alive, Hall. They're not gone.
They're fucking monsters.
They're in trouble, but we can still help them. I promise. I promised you, didn't I? It's fine. It'll all be all right.
Why did Jedi keep lying to me?
I'm not lying. Please, anyone help, please.
At this, Keskel walks up. He's still got water on his hands. He'll be fine. I'm not the healer that Sighal is, but it is working. He was worse before you came here. He puts it, he goes ahead and waves towards you. Come on. Leads you over towards the tank of water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He points at the tendrils of dark in the water.
Yeah.
This is what the dark side does. This is its true nature. It is powerful and it is easy. And it has a cost. Not just for you, but for those around you as well.
But there was no cost when I used it.
Was there not?
There wasn't. I saved everyone.
Keskel frowns. Hall, how many people were brought to the hospital because of that crash?
How many people would have died if I didn't?
How many people were brought to the hospital because of that crash? Do you know?
One.
He shakes his head. There were 27.
But looks down.
Hall, when you tried to use the Force and it went wrong, what were you trying to do?
To save the driver.
And that's good. You were doing so for the right reasons. You wanted to save him. You wanted to save a life. Nothing about this will take away from the fact that you wanted to do things for the right reasons.
I'm sorry.
Oh, Hall. One of the lessons that is difficult, and I think that all Jedi struggle with, is that often acting first isn't the right solution. It isn't actually following the Force.
But what if? But what if worse happens if you just wait? Won't more people die?
That's where we have to have faith in the Force. That it won't be worse. When you saved him, was there another way that you could have done it?
No.
Did you look for it?
I don't know. How would I have saved him, though? We were gonna crash, and I already tried tapping into the Force and getting in touch with it, and it just made things worse and made us go faster into the ground.
Paul, we'll continue to talk about this, but I don't know that you're seeing what happened there the same way that the Force does. But I'm not going to lie to you.
That was sick and nasty. No.
You made a choice that had consequences. Not for you in this case. Other people were hurt. No one died. Things will be all right. Demi will be fine. I'm not going to let him die.
Okay.
But sometimes things are darker before they get better. And at that moment, a data pad slides in under the door, followed by the sound of retreating footsteps. And we're going to go ahead and cut it for there.
Okay. Interesting cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we'll find out what was on that data pad next time.
Next time.
See you guys then. Bye.